Welcome everybody, this is Emmy. I'm so glad to be here with you today. We've got a session of brain yoga ahead and it is just delightful. It'll be a very fun thing to do. So hope you'll be able to tangle with me today or sometime this week. And welcome to all. This is what we're using today, these supplies. And grab yourself a piece of paper. And these are the patterns we're going to do. The first thing I'm going to start with is something we always start with in Zentangle whenever we can, and that's some pencil dots in the corner, connecting them wonky style, which means to say it's not perfect, nor does it need to be. And we're going to make a string that involves some circles. Before I go any further, let's show you where we're going to go with our Hollibaugh today and our pepper. This is pepper, and you can see they are wonky, but they're very fun, I think, don't you? And Hollibaugh is this very cool pattern that goes over and under, kind of like when you remember when you were kids and you played pick-up sticks. Well, that's what this reminds me of. Here's another example of it, even more wonky. I hope you do something like this. I've made an example of something that's quite stylized. And if you decide to do something like that, using a simple bottle cap, overlapping is fun, don't you think? Here is I did a study one time, which I quite liked, on 2 different kinds of color pencils, because I think you already know how much I love color. And so I did this one, and then I did this one. And these are 2 different kinds of color pencils, because I just wanted to prove to myself what these different ones looked like. But the point is, this is pepper, and here's Hollibaugh. Now to our fun job today. We're going to make a string, and I'm doing this in the lightest pencil. And I'm just going to go around so that I have a couple of orbs or circles to work with. Anytime you have pencil, it's made to be changed. I don't expect your string to look like mine. That would probably be very hard to do, and it's not necessary. All you have to do is somehow end up with a couple of orbs that you can use for something fun like this. So expect that your string will be different. The fact that it's in pencil means that you can easily go over it and change it up so that it looks like something that means something to you. So pepper is a very, very simple pattern. We want to leave a space in the middle for a hole. And watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to come down. I'm going to go over like an L and then back up. I'm going to go round, go down like a capital L, and back up. I am using my string the best I can, but if I have to change it, then I have no worries changing it. And this one is going to be quite wonky, and I love it. You just take your time. If I go too fast, pause me. You're welcome to speed me up at any time when you need to as well. I really like to make pepper all the way around first before I darken them in. This is so much fun, isn't it cute? I think I'll use another one here in this area, which means that I'm probably going to ignore what I have here. Watch what I'm going to do again. This is pepper. I'm going to go out and come back, trying to leave that hole in the middle like I did before on the last one. This is when you can get your zone or your zen on. And there, I've got 2 fun peppers. I might do a third one. I didn't really set this up, but maybe I'll just change it up and add a little more here and put one in this area here. So I'm going to make an L. Same as I did before. The L really helps with the overlap, which makes pepper kind of like a peppermint or a cushion, maybe? Would you think of it that way? Beautiful. These are very, very fun. I'm going to use these other lines for my Hollibaugh. But first, let's go ahead and darken this pepper in. I'm capping my pen. I'm going to go to a 0.5, which is a little heavier one. If you have a Sharpie or anything, use whatever you have on hand. That 0.1, which I quite like, is just, it's fine, but I just want to get this done a little faster. And I still want that great ink. When I ink it in, that means that I can go ahead and straighten out any lines that I don't particularly like, and hopefully I won't make too many other weird ones. Take your time, get your Zen on. Breathe. Straighten your shoulders. They're up like mine, up around your ears. That's not a good thing. How fun is this? Well, let's finish them off. Nice. As in with any Zentangle, there is no up or down or any direction with pure Zentangle, and this is not a Zia, a Zentangle inspired art. This is just pure Zentangle. So the next thing I'm going to do is do some Hollibaugh, and let me show you how that looks. I like that one, but I also like this one. And that's quite fun too. Like I said, it's just one goes on top of the next. So let's get started. So I'm going to take my pen and I'm just going to take it from anywhere. When I encounter something, I'm going to go right behind it, which is to say lift my pen and it'll come out the other side. And there is no more than that. I'm going to do an aura, which is a secondary line to the first, and just follow what I did the first time. The first line is usually a kind of large line, and the others are much smaller, but it is what you make it. I'm going to start at this end and watch a minute first. When I get to the first line that I had, I'm going to lift up my pen and go underneath. Just like that. Let's do this a couple more times. I'm going to come here, lift up my pen. I eyeball where this is going to come out, and I believe it's coming out something like that. Aura, and finish it off. I'm going to make another line, lift my pen, come out the other side and eyeball. I believe it comes out in that area there. Very fun. I think I'll have this one go right through here. Lift my pen. I would suggest that you work real light with whatever pen you're using so that you don't bend your nib. It's very easy to push hard. You don't need to push hard. Feather light, no matter what kind of a pen you're using, be a lot easier on you. And oh my goodness, isn't that pretty? And I might just leave it right there. So, cap my pen. I have a few extra lines here in the middle that I don't want and I don't need. And I don't usually have an eraser in Zentangle, but I really do want some of these gone. They are not necessary for what we're doing, but I will keep the ones that I have around that pattern I have pepper. Okay, so it's time to get some shade on here. I've got my pencil nice and sharp. I'm using it not like I did before as a pencil, but as a graphite tool this time. The first thing I want to shade is right around the edges of this pepper. Now, I am not bothering to do the black because all that'll do is make the black shiny. So I'm going between on that cream color paper, and then I'm going to do right where the L breaks, I'm going to do another line. And I'm going to put on all my shade first. Then I'm going to come back and blend it all in with my blender stump or my Q-tip or whatever I have handy. Let's do another one here. Right at the bottom of pepper. And then where the L breaks. This gives it that pillow look that we're looking for. And this one. Around the edges between on the white first. And now I want to find my first line that I did here. And it might be this one, although that doesn't look right. What I'm going to do, I would suggest to you, is that you go on one side of this Hollibaugh, let that go right there, and then come back and do the other side. You see that I am not worried about darkening. Just kind of think about this like a road, and your shade would go on top, or excuse me, your shade would go underneath the road. And Zentangle usually does not worry about the light source like fine artists do. I am not going to do all of this, all of these. I'm just going to do the major ones. So I'm going to leave a few open, and then I'm going to take a minute and come around here and darken my first area, my outline that I did, my wonky line. Get a little more graphite on here. I'm leaving it wonky. I hope you will too. And your shading and results of shading are going to totally depend on the kind of paper you're using. So always, of course, use the best you have. I always have a joke that if I golfed, this hobby would be in the thousands of dollars. But because I'm not, it's a very inexpensive hobby. Do you see my reference, my idea? Okay, so you saw what I did there. I just went around trying to create that pillow effect. And then around here. Nice. Let's do this one too. Spread your graphite out. And then around the base. In either order is fine. Now that I've got that done, I may end up going back a little bit. I'd like those sides to truly have a pillow. So it kind of means I don't want that here. I don't want that cream color paper showing through quite as much. Now I'm going to come along here on either side where I put graphite on the Hollibaugh. Yeah, I think that's good. Have a look, admire your work. Let's go around that outside edge and blur it a little bit. Your frame. Nice, very, very nice. I hope you like yours as much as I like mine. I'm going to take a minute and put my initials somewhere on here. I hope you liked this. I really enjoyed my project with you today. So if you have a chance, please like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you can. And I would enjoy showing you more videos every Sunday or Monday. Talk to you soon. Bye.